Welcome to the South Carolina modules for MTSS support. This module will focus on team-focused decision making. Let's begin this inquiry by reminding ourselves of the profile of the South Carolina graduate. This profile is the vision that all students will graduate ready for college, careers, and citizenship. This vision will be accomplished through a multi-tiered system of support for all students. The South Carolina Department of Education, district, and schools will work together to implement the SCMTSS framework to utilize the most effective teaching and learning strategies that address the academic and social emotional needs of every child. South Carolina's mission for MTSS is that it will be used as a continuous improvement framework so all students in South Carolina graduate college and career ready. The vision for MTSS in South Carolina is to continuously improve Tier 1 core instruction through database problem solving for all students, with an additional emphasis on those who need layered support in academic as well as social and emotional areas. As we move into these modules, you will notice that modules are designed to promote personal and collective inquiry. Each module will follow a similar format: an introduction or tuning in that provides information regarding learning outcomes, success criteria, and essential questions that will ground the inquiry; a body that provides information, explanation, and coaching designed to support participants in investigating and sorting out their own thinking around the topic; in the conclusion, where participants will be asked to go further into their topic by continuing their investigation, drawing conclusions, and taking action on their own or with others through a menu of options that support the topic. Our inquiry into team-focused decision making has two learning targets. The first being to develop a rationale and understanding of team-focused problem solving and decision making. We will also deepen our understanding of the types of database problem-solving teams and how they support success for all students. Success will be determined by the utilization of the resources provided to implement or refine current teams, create a schedule for team meetings, and a year-long plan for execution. We have three essential questions for this inquiry. How do database problem-solving teams impact the success of all students? What does a school leadership database problem-solving team look like? And how might we implement and/or refine existing teams to improve Tier 1 instruction? And what does a grade level database problem-solving team look like? And how could we implement and/or refine existing teams to improve Tier 1 instruction? What is team-focused decision making? There are two foundational elements in database decision making: decision-focused data systems and team-focused decision making. While it is possible to analyze data for students alone, it becomes more effective when we gather together and analyze data from multiple perspectives, resulting in a more comprehensive instructional plan. A team forms a common purpose to achieve an outcome by working together and supporting each other in their work to support all students. Team-focused decision-making is an important component of a database decision-making process because it ensures comprehensive academic, social, emotional, and behavioral supports for all students. It prevents burnout by distributing the workload among multiple people, allowing the team to function more efficiently and effectively. It helps build capacity by reducing the reliance on one individual by encouraging rotation of team members and roles. In high turnover schools, this concept is key in ensuring continuity and enhancing collaboration. Team-based problem solving requires a common language and process so that all team members can most effectively collaborate, communicate, and plan around their data. There are 3 to 4 types of MTSS teams. Here are the main types. The district team analyzes district data and sets goals and creates action plans to support MTSS at the district and school leadership levels. The school leadership team analyzes school data and sets goals and creates actions to improve Tier 1 core instruction for all students in the school. This team also makes decisions that support Tier 2 and Tier 3 instruction. The grade level MTSS team analyzes grade level data to set goals and create action plans to strengthen Tier 1 core instruction and problem solve for small groups of students and individual students. Numbers 3 and 4 from the slide could be one team or two separate teams. The construction of each team is important. A system cannot function effectively when overloaded with multiple teams. Continuously refining and growing in this process allows systems to function with a minimum of teams who work effectively and efficiently to meet the needs of all students, faculty, and staff. When thinking of using different teams, it is helpful to think about how all the teams are connected to and nested within each other. It is also important to think about how the functions of these teams might be accomplished at specific schools, given the teams that already exist. One way to look at teams is through the lens of team structures. In this manner, we can think about who should be members of which team, how often a team should meet, what the primary student focus is for that team, and the overall key purpose of the team. And looking at this table, it is easy to see how both district and school leadership teams differ from grade level, content, or even student teams. Both leadership teams have administrators, grade level and content representatives, specialists, coaches, guidance counselors, and even community members. Grade level and student teams are more focused and involve teachers from grade level or content, coaches, and instructional assistants. Leadership teams meet less often, such as monthly or even quarterly at the district level. Grade level teams meet more often, such as bi-monthly. Student focus changes from building larger scale systems for capacity at the district to focusing on effective Tier 1 instruction at the school level, to effective Tier 1 instruction at the grade level, and layered support for small groups of students within Tier 2 and Tier 3. Let's take a moment to look at how team-focused decision-making and problem-solving work together to increase student achievement within Tier 1 core instruction. We will be using a 4-step problem-solving process. Step 1 focuses on problem identification. In this step, teams review 3 to 4 key pieces of data to determine the difference between current student outcomes and desired student outcomes. Then they define the difference in observable and measurable terms. This clear definition of the difference is the problem statement. Step 2 focuses on problem analysis, during which the team brainstorms multiple ideas about why the problem might be occurring. Focus is given to ideas that have clear supporting evidence with actionable solutions which can be controlled. Sometimes additional data is needed at this step. Step 4 focuses on designing a plan to address the reason for the problem, using strategies that are more likely to work, and identifying ways to monitor fidelity plan. Step 4 focuses on evaluation of the process and plan. Members of the team focus on how the plan was implemented and how effective the plan was based on fidelity to implementation. A key idea to remember is that while teams are important, professional learning and training of teams is important too. The more training a team has in database problem solving, then fidelity problem solving will be higher. Higher levels of problem solving fidelity result in better student outcomes. If you would like to take a closer look at the problem solving process, take a look at the 4-step problem solving module on the SCDE website. A solid foundation for team-focused decision-making is just as important to the problem-solving process. Three critical elements are meeting norms, member roles, and fidelity to the process. Norms establish effective guidelines for work and communication among team members. Norming foundations include creating a meeting schedule that is followed with fidelity, members regularly attending scheduled meetings, creating meeting agendas which are also followed with fidelity, and keeping detailed minutes from all meetings that are shared with members. In one of the video resources provided, you may notice that the minute taker projects the minutes during the meeting so members can view and amend in real time. Foundations for clearly defined roles include assignment of specific responsibilities, such as facilitator, data analyst, minute taker, and team members. Responsibilities may be carried out before, during, and or after the meeting. Fidelity is a cornerstone foundation in any multi-tiered system of support. Every aspect of this process hinges on fidelity of implementation and fidelity of practice in order to rule out inadequate implementation as a reason for poor student performance. To further your investigation or collective inquiry, several additional resources have been provided. We encourage you to dig deeper into team-focused decision-making by viewing this video of a school leadership team in action. As you observe, take notes about what you see. You may want to use the guiding questions provided to focus your observations and create a common lens for viewing and discussing with others in your team. You might also want to take a look at this additional video. This second video depicts a grade level team initially focused on Tier 1 data, but then moving into a Tier 2 analysis to support a small group of students. Again, as you observe, take notes about what you see. You may want to use the guiding questions provided to focus your observations and create a common lens for viewing and discussing with others in your team. Finally, we have provided additional articles, websites, and links which will allow you to dig even deeper into a team approach. Use the SC-MTSS framework and guidance document to gain a deeper understanding of what tools and resources support teams. Appendix G on page 68 provides an example of a minute-taking format that may be used during meetings. Finally, you might use the Florida MTSS resource document as an additional outside resource. We also have several briefs, workbooks, and articles included on this slide. Upon completion of your reading, we encourage you to take action by continuing to grow and refine your current team-focused decision-making process. Begin by assessing where you are with your school leadership team and grade level team. Create or refine who is on the team norms, defined roles, and plan for taking minutes. Finally, create or revise a schedule for team meetings and a year-long plan for execution. We invite you to take part in the additional SC-MTSS modules on database problem solving. If you would like more general information, we suggest participating in the database problem solving overview module. If you would like further understanding about the role of administrators, coaches, and teachers in a database problem solving process, we suggest participating in the 4-step problem solving module.